Hi, it's Sherri from Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share a new finish with you that I made to take to Quilt Market. And we also have some video footage and some photos from Quilt Market that we're going to share with you on this video. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll tell you about this project that I finished that's been on my to-do list for several years. Okay, I really want to talk just a little bit about this new wall hanging I finished. It says A Quilting Life, and there's a little backstory behind this. I've actually wanted to make something like this to have in my sewing room and also to be able to take to market and put in our booth for several years. In fact, about 5 or 6 years ago, I thought about using one of those Cricut machines and just having the letters cut out of that. And just with the applique, the fusible applique, I thought about it doing that way. Just didn't seem right. And fast forward to last year when Moda had their Letters to Santa quilt along, which I'm actually going to be making that quilt this fall too. I realized that it would be super fun to use the letters from the Primitive Gatherings pattern that they used and make my Quilting Life. And so I thought a lot about how to put it together, and I ended up making a whole bunch of different blocks from that Letters to Santa. It's a free pattern. We'll link it in the description below. But there's a star block and a house block and a heart. And there were actually a few others that I had made. I had a tree made that I didn't end up using. And there are a lot of different supplementary block patterns in that free Letters to Santa quilt along that are sized to fit with the letters. And so anyway, so I made a whole bunch of scrappy blocks and houses, stars, and then I thought I've got to have grandmother's flower garden blocks, so I made some of those and I started putting it together, and I just had so much fun playing around with this. I basically used the Moda Letters to Santa directions for my sashing in between my letters. But then I had to do custom sashing sizes in the other places to make it all into a rectangle. And I did go ahead and put a quilt hanger on the back. I am going to hang this up in my sewing room. I have the perfect place for it. And I also just plan on taking this to market from here on out. I think it'll be really fun. My friend Val Krieger did the custom quilting, and just love what she did in these open spaces with just this really just all the different freehand, free motion quilting. It's all custom. And I actually did have more flowers and more blocks in there, but I ended up really, for what I wanted to use it for, I wanted a Quilting Life to stand out. I ended up really wanting those blank spaces. So anyway, that's all about this wall hanging, and now you're going to be able to look at some video footage and some photos from our 2023 Houston Quilt Market. I hope you'll enjoy those.
Hello everyone, it's Chelsea from Chelsea Stratton Designs, and today I'm here in our Quilt Market booth, and we're sharing our Strawberry Lemonade collection, and you may have seen everything on social media that we've been sharing, from quilts to other booths to the Moda booth. We're very excited to be here, but we wanted to walk around and show you some other awesome fun things going on in the Moda booth right now. So let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to start in our booth, and Mom and I had a lot of fun putting the quilts up. We have Botanical Remix behind me on the wall, and we do have some quilts draped on the ladders. I'm going to walk over here, and we have our Summer Slice quilt. Mine, it's a row quilt, and Mom made this really, really pretty A Quilting Life sign. And then she has her beautiful medallion quilt over here. This is Getaway, and the medallion quilt is a Coastal Summer. So super pretty. Mom, if you want to zoom in on the bundle here. So we have our pretty bundle here. This is where we've been hanging out this week. And if Mom wants to go show the pillows over here that she has. So we had a lot of cute little things going on in our booth, and we are just we just think it's been a very, very good market. So I think we are going to go over and meet with some of our favorite designers. Okay, everyone, so I am here with Janet Clare today, and she has a beautiful new collection, and we were just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely, it'd be my pleasure. So my fabric is called Blooming Lovely, and it's got a really funny story, which Laurie across the way is tired of hearing. She could probably say it all by herself. I was walking my dog Wilson to the park, and we were walking and admiring all the flowers in people's gardens on the way. And when we got there, Wilson started playing with a chocolate Labrador called Muffin, who was wearing a lilac collar. And I thought that colour combination was just fantastic. So I got back to the studio, got my ink out, my brown sepia ink, and my lilac paints and pinks, and started playing with the watercolour technique. And the first flower I painted was this one, little one here. And I sent it to Jamie at Moda and said, it's not what I normally do, but I love it. What do you think? And she said, I love it too. Develop it further. So here we are. It's Blooming Lovely. And it's been beautifully done by the mill, and all the design team have worked so hard on it. It's almost identical to my watercolour paintings. It's really beautiful.
Oh my goodness. No, it is gorgeous. And I think that's the first thing I noticed was, oh my goodness, she has got purple in this collection. Yes, and everyone knows, like I've talked about on the podcast, purple is my favorite color. So, you know, but I love that story. I think it's so sweet.
No one expects it to be inspired by chocolate. And we, at home, we call this collection Muffin. So if you're really in the know, you can say, have you got any muffin in your store?
I am. I'm going to just start calling it Muffin. Well, thank you so much, Janet. Yes, we're so grateful that you were able to share with us. All right.
Cheerio. Cheerio. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, everyone. So I am actually here in Vanessa Gson of Lella Boutique's booth, and she has a new fabric collection, Hey Boo, that is absolutely adorable, and I had to share it. So just really quickly, on the wall, we have her Monster Mash sampler. So cute. I love it so much. And then I also want to highlight this quilt right here on the ladder. It's called Pushing Daisies, and it is actually a boxed kit, I believe, with Moda. And I just love this collection. It is Halloween inspired, and I do want to shout out Caitlin of Knot and Thread because she made these very cute baskets for Vanessa's booth. And I think they're adorable. You can put your Halloween candy in them, you guys. So cute. But just really quickly wanted to share some of Hey Boo with all of you. Hey everyone, I am in Joanna Figueroa's booth of Fig Tree Co. And Joanna is not here right now, but we have Allison from Moda, and she works in the market with the marketing team, correct?
Yeah.
And she is going to share with you a little bit about Joanna's collection.
So this is Joanna Fig Tree's next collection called Jelly and Jam. These are her samples that she has made with the collection. She also has a panel for jelly jar tops and some really cute labels. There's two different sizes for the big jars and the smaller jars. So you cut them out and you can put them on top of the jars. You can make cute little kits, putting some mini charms. Her collection ships, I believe, in April. Yes, April, sorry. She also has made some really cute strawberries that you can use for pin cushions, and she was demoing them here this weekend, but this is the pattern. It is charm pack friendly, so 2 little charm squares would make a strawberry plus some leaves.
I love it. I love it so much. And she has the cutest quilts, I feel like, too.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Her whole collection, you can't really see it.
Oh, yeah, Mom, walk over here and come take just a quick little peek of the collection. I love this. This is like staple Joanna. It's perfect. Lots of fig tree goodness, you guys. Okay, everyone, I am here with Corey Yoder, and I'm so excited because she is going to tell us a little bit today about her new Starberry fabric collection for Moda.
Well, hello. It's so wonderful to be here with you, Chelsi. I always look so forward to catching back up with Chelsi and Sherri at every quilt market. So it has been so much fun to see both of them. And this is Starberry behind me here. This is my second holiday line of fabric for Moda. So we have a fun palette of blacks and reds and greens and taupey beiges, and then all of the holiday themed quilts behind me. I had a lot of fun designing these. It was fun having a reason to do holiday again because I haven't done that for a while. So, well, you can see the Christmas trees here, and I don't know how well you can see. I'm just going to steal this from you. You can see. You can see the sampler quilt back behind me here that's full of sheep and snowmen, wreaths and stockings and all those fun things. And then the Ohio Star quilt behind me here. I am an Ohio girl, so I like to do an Ohio Star quilt. This quilt and this one are actually both the same quilt pattern, and they look so different when they are made in different fabrics. So that's one of the new patterns. I don't know, can they see this one below me? So this is the reindeer quilt here. And this is a nice 42-inch square wall hanging sized quilt. And then around the corner, we have a sheep quilt. I see Sherri's going nice and slow so we don't make everybody dizzy, which is awesome. So the sheep quilt here. This line of fabric comes into quilt shops in May of 2024, so it will be just in time for all of your holiday sewing for next year. And I hope you all love it just as much as I have enjoyed designing the fabrics and sewing up the quilts. So thanks so much. I'll hand you your mic back.
No, you guys, this is what I love about Corey. She is a dear friend, and we get along so great.
Myself right at home. I guess the one last thing I want to say is, if you want to find any information about the patterns or the quilts or anything, the fabrics, you can feel free to check me out on my blog, which is corianderquilts.com. I have a YouTube channel, also Coriander Quilts.
Yes, she does.
You can find me at Coriander Quilts pretty much everywhere. So I think that's it. I won't take up any more.
I think that was fantastic. Okay, so I am here with the lovely Janelle, and she is going to share with us, she is a beautiful Moda designer, and she is going to share with us a little bit about her newest fabric collection. And I will say this, you will know her because of her beautiful toweling. It's fantastic, and so we want to hear a little bit more.
Thank you very much. Okay, my new fabric collection is called Panache, and it's a little bit different. So let's walk through some of the features of Panache that we have here. Now, first of all, we have wovens. They're 100% cotton, and the pattern is wovens, stripes and checks or plaids. And this quilt here, Tuxedo Junction, is made using all wovens. I've also put a little Bella Solid in there, but that's the wovens that are in Panache. Also with the wovens, if we look at the back of this quilt, there's pre-pieced fabric. And this is the black wovens that are put together pre-pieced, and you can buy them standard patchwork width on the bolt. So they come in the black, and they also come in the red. Aren't they fun? So instant quilt really, so I've put them on the back of these. Now, as well as the wovens, we also have cotton slubs. So if we look down here on the table, here are the cotton slubs. They are 100% cotton and a little bit heavier weight than your standard patchwork fabric. So we have screen prints with the big blousey floral and large dot. It's an ICAT dot. It's supposed to be perfectly imperfect. And then we have 3 plains. And they're lovely and soft, like that. They're the cotton slubs. So you can do all sorts of things with cotton slubs. We have a quilt here behind me, the French Connection quilt, and it is a mixture of cotton slubs and the wovens. And one of the fun things about this quilt is the back is a really wide stripe, and that's one of my towelings. So let's have a little look at some of the towelings that are available in Panache as well. Here is 2 toweling projects, a couple of table runners on toweling. This one's done with toweling and a charm pack. That's the Flourish runner, and there's a Valentine's runner down here, also done with toweling. These ones are 18-inch wide towelings. We're going to turn around over here. It's Christmas over here in the corner, and a few more toweling projects. So runners, pillows, you can use toweling for all sorts of different things. Pillows, Christmas stockings over here. We've done these in a combination of cotton slubs, toweling, and the pre-pieced wovens. But we also have 60-inch toweling, as I mentioned, on the back of that quilt. And here is a throw made with the 60-inch toweling with a panel of applique and piecing on it. So that is the Panache line of fabric. Thank you very much.
Hi, I am here with Stacy Iest Hsu in her booth at Quilt Market in Houston, and I'm actually her booth is absolutely beautiful, so I'm actually just going to hand the microphone over to her, and she will tell you all about her new collection.
Don't want to drop the mic yet, so okay. Hi everybody, I'm Stacy. Welcome to my booth and my newest collection, The Great Outdoors. This collection is near and dear to me because I have a lot of family that camps, although I do not camp. But I enjoy the outdoors, and we have Yosemite and Lake Tahoe 3 hours from my home, so we spend a lot of family vacations in the woods. So that's where my inspiration came from. In this collection, there's 2 panels. There is the little cut and sew campfire with the hot dog and the fish, and then there's the s'mores. And then over here we have the little cut and sew backpack, which is a bear, and he has a little fish. Super fun project to do. It's not difficult. I mean, if you're scared of zippers, this is not scary at all. It's plastic, so you can cut it at the ends. It's super easy, straight line, and then the rest you just pop together, super simple. And then I have 3 quilts. This one is actually a free quilt, and I'll have that on my blog so that people can download, but as of right now I'm giving it to stores so they can make photocopies. Layer cake, super easy, subcut into 5-inch squares, and it uses most of the layer cake. And then the quilt behind me will be a kit as well as just a regular standalone quilt. And then this guy is little bears and trees, so he's super fun. And this collection is so great too because it spans adult to children. And so if you've got somebody in your life that loves to camp or wants to decorate their camper, this is it. And the plaids, my gosh, there's aqua, red, brown, and kind of an olive green you can go nuts with. And then last but not least, we have our retro toweling, which is kind of aside from it, but these are something that Moda carries throughout the year, and you can order them anytime. And it's sold on a roll, and it's already sewn on 2 sides, and you just cut however much you want and then sew up the ends. And so I'm super excited about this. It's new for me, but I had so much fun designing it, and I'm super excited because I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year, and of course, you know, I'm going to put the runner with the pumpkins and then make the 2 different napkins and put them on the plates with the woven plaids and stuff like that. So that is classic retro. This is The Great Outdoors, and I'm signing out.
Okay, so now I'm here at the Moda Make and Take, and we've got beautiful Moda Friendship bracelets being made, as well as some gorgeous pincushions. And I'm actually going to just give the microphone to Tammy, who is the brain behind this all, and such a lovely, lovely person that we've worked with for several years. And I'm going to let her actually tell about this.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sherri. Okay, we're making, Taylor Swift has her Swiftie bracelets, so we have quilty bracelets here to share. So Moda is selling these wonderful little jars. They have alphabets, spacer bars, and the elastic in them, and you can make 8 to 12 bracelets out of each jar, depending on what your words are. They come in different There's black and white and pretty colorful ones, and then there's little circle beads. And what we're doing is we're just telling the gals, like, she's going to write out quilting here, and she's going to write out her word, and then we've got all kinds of fun spacers that you can put in, little beads and circles and stuff. And then we're using this elastic thread that comes in there and stringing them, and then tying a fun little knot, and we're making our little bracelets, and we've been having so much fun. Thank you.
And then we're gonna just take
Chelsea, you call these yo-yos? Guess what we call them in England?
What do we call them in England?
Vanessa and Camille, are you ready? What do we call these in England?
Suffolk Puff.
They're Suffolk Puffs, darling. Suffolk Puffs.
Okay, wait, say that again.
Suffolk Puffs.
Okay.
You heard it here, guys. in the Moda booth section.
Hi, so I am here in Lindsay McCray's booth, and this is really surreal actually, because it's usually Lindsay who is interviewing me or interviewing Chelsea, and Lindsay is a very talented writer, and she actually also wrote the article about us that was in the Moda Peace catalog in July. So I actually feel like I'm just going to give the microphone to Lindsay and let her talk about her new collection, because I'm used to being on the other side.
Thanks so much, Sherri. Well, I'm very excited. I've been designing for Moda doing feed sack lines of fabric because I wrote a book about feed sacks. And this year they asked me if I'd be interested in doing their 30s line, and I jumped at the chance. And we changed up the palette a little bit. It's a little bit different palette, which I have been having so much fun sewing with. It's just really, I've enjoyed it so much. And in part, what I've enjoyed is that you can use, all the colors. This is a quilt called Goodness Grows, and this is a layer cake quilt called On the Straight and Narrow. But you can also use like 2 of the colors. You can pull out, in this case, just the blue and the gold, and these are Sweet Treasures is the company, the design. And then this one, is just blues and greens. And so it's really fun. It's a big line. It has a lot of fabrics, but you can also just use some of them. So I love all things vintage. I have all these toys in my booth, and have just been having a really, really fun time with this line. So I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, so right now I'm here with Vanessa Christenson of V&Co, and we have known Vanessa forever. I actually used to read her blog way back in the day. So she's amazing, and she's going to tell us all about her gorgeous new fabric.
Hi everyone, so thanks for having me. This is our ombre fabric. It's been around for a while, but we've introduced now a new background. It's the multicolored dot. So it actually does the dot in ombre as well. So it goes from the more condensed dots to the lighter dots, just kind of like our other colors as well. And those dots. And then also what we also have, I don't know if most people know, is we also have 108 back of the confetti dot. It doesn't have the gold, but it's just as awesome. I promise. One of the things I love to do, most people cut the fabric from the light to the dark like that. They come like that in the jelly rolls and the dessert rolls. But if you have like a fat quarter bundle, I like to cut it sideways this way to create all of these different shades like this, and they make some really great string blocks like that, and I made these little bags that go so great with them. A lot of times people are scared of ombre fabric because it looks really pretty, but they don't know how to work with it, and I tell them the ombre fabric works for you, and it makes you look even better than any other fabric because you can just cut it up into squares and put it back together. And what other fabric can you just stick back together and have it have all the different shades and just from squares? So that's pretty amazing. If you put our warm colors together, this is the knot and thread duffel, the patchwork bag.
Patchwork duffel.
Yes, thank you. That's right. And so she used our warm colors, and then she just used those. But the ombre, you can see the different shades of the ombre working for the bag as well. We also have all of our projects. Usually they show off the ombre effect. We like to do that in our patterns. We always give all the instructions on where to cut on the fabric. And also, if you ever want to reach out to me and you have questions, I love to answer them.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm here with Camille Roskelley, and we are so excited to be in her beautiful booth. And her new collection is called Shoreline, and she is actually going to tell you all about it.
Hi, I'm Camille Roskelley, and like Sherri said, this is my new collection for Moda called Shoreline. It will be available in quilt shops in March, and it's a follow-up to my Nantucket Summer collection. Because Nantucket Summer sold out so quickly and so many people were still wanting to get it, we decided to do a sister collection, and that is Shoreline. So I'll show you a few of my projects from the collection. So this one back here is called Edelweiss, and this is actually a Moda kit, one of those beautiful box kits that they do. And I love how this one turned out. It has the blue dot as the background, and then just these beautiful white and blue flowers and vines. So I was pretty happy with how that one turned out. It's probably my favorite this time. And then this one's called Sand and Sea, and I wanted it to feel like when you're standing right at the edge of the ocean in the sand, and I feel like it has that vibe. I'm hoping, right? Has a coastal vibe, hopefully. Down here you can actually see some of my Nantucket Summer pillows and one of my quilts, so you can see how well the colors all blend together. So if you wanted to mix them, you could, or if you just wanted to make something new, it would have that same Nantucket Summer vibe. So that's the first two quilts, and then I have two more. This one is called Coastal. It's a really simple layer cake quilt that's put together in blocks. I actually made a teeny tiny little version of that here and framed it. That was a fun little project that I did right before market. And then this is my Sweet Escape quilt, and I've actually made this one over the years like 4 or 5 times now. I had originally made it with a honey bun of our Smitten collection, but then I remade it in blue and white and loved it, so I decided to release the pattern as a fat quarter quilt in the blues and whites with the new sandy gray color in the collection. So that is Sweet Escape 2. So I think that's it. Did I cover all the things? Yeah. Yes. So anyway, I hope you enjoy Shoreline.
Okay, so that's it for our little short version market recap. As I mentioned earlier, we will be talking all about this on our first podcast on the second Monday in November. And so you can hear a little bit of the behind the scenes from both Chelsi and me on that podcast. But we hope that you enjoyed seeing a little bit about what went on, and also seeing my new Quilting Life wall hanging. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.